This is Dormouse03 continuing my Max Payne 3 old school walkthrough, and this is the last section of chapter 13. What you want to do here is get around this corner, and you want to take out the guy who's sitting upstairs because he can one-hit kill you, I do believe. And you want to make sure you get him, and he can be a little tricky to hit, but just because of his position. But you want to get there and you want to take him out quickly, because the guys will start to rush you around this corner. But what you want to do is to just really tentatively peek out around there, clean up these guys, and there are quite a few of them that come out after you right here. So you just want to sit in this kind of spot and peek around here and tentatively make your way forward, because you don't want to push too far up, because like I said, there are quite a few guys and you don't want to get caught off guard by one. So I picked up in the room before this one of these guns without the stupid ass laser sight, because I hate them in this game, and so I will be carrying that around, but choose whichever weapon suits you. There are a bunch of ammo refills around here, and right here I'm using peeking around this cover too. So something that I figured out a little late in this game is that you can swap your shoulders like I did just then. And so if you push left and right in the D-pad, it swaps his shoulder so that you are aiming over the left or right shoulder. And so right now I'm aiming over the left shoulder, and it helps me be able to creep out around these corners that I wouldn't be able to do if I hadn't swapped that shoulder. So this is something that is very effective, and it's kind of a staple of these third-person shooter games. And sometimes you can't swap your shoulders, but when you can, like on this game, it can be really useful. So I'll be doing this a good bit through the end of this chapter and into chapter 14. And that guy, I mean, what a jerk. Just went right into cover as soon as I put on my bullet time, and then wasn't able to hit him. So, and now he's going to sit there and hide and force me to kind of push out more than I want to. So I'm playing a little game of hide and seek with him right now, but there we go, we clean him up. And again, you just want to be sort of creeping forward here, because you don't want to get caught off guard by any guys that may be around these corners. So and there are some ammo restocks around. I mean, there are a bunch of guns that will refill your ammo if you're using one of them, yeah, and right there I swap back to my right shoulder to go around this corner. So this is something that's super useful, and you'll want to be doing it. And if you're watching this before you have started your game, then use it on earlier levels as well. So that was the last guy in this area, and right now you want to pick up those painkillers and go down here and fill up your ammo. There's a cache right there. And so fill up all your guns, make sure you've got the weapons that you want, and have picked up all the painkillers that you can. And you will go into this next little section, which can be oh, nope, this is not the section I thought. So this section is okay. You just sort of use your little peeking out around this corner trick and clean up these guys as they sort of rush you. And now the trick to this one is you got to be quick, because they will rush you, and just like that, he sort of came around that corner out of nowhere and lit me up a little bit. So you want to be really careful of that. But otherwise, you're going to be doing pretty simple shooting right here, just making sure that you are catching them quickly and using your bullet time if necessary. So peeking out, and of course that guy like runs at me as soon as I take a painkiller. Come on, man. Just no courtesy. No courtesy. So, and it can be tricky to see, guys, because of all the the targets that are up all over the room. So just be cautious as you're making your way through this section, and you will get through it. And you can't go back through that door to restock your ammo, but there are plenty of guys around here with weapons, so you can swap out as you like and fill up your gun. And then there's a guy right here that I didn't shoot, and maybe I should have, but I sort of let him go. He was surrendering, so I'm like, okay, fine, buddy. And I didn't go into that room. I thought that was the way to go instead of through this way, but as it turns out, this was the right way to go, and so I didn't get to go back into that area and look for painkillers and stuff. So I'm not sure if there were any, but you might want to look there before you come into this room, because when you go in here and kill that guy, the dude shuts the door behind you, and so you can't go back in there and pick up anything that you may have left behind, as I am about to discover and be really upset. So the douchebag that I let survive locked the door behind me. I mean, I don't think he did that. I think that was just the level, but I'm gonna blame him, and think that I'll probably shoot him when I have the opportunity again. So here we go. On to this next part, and this is the section that I think is a little tricky. Yeah, right here, because you aren't in a good spot right there at the beginning. So I come up here, I try to put as many bullets into those guys as I can to try to kill them, and then I like to sit here in this room and try to peek out of here, because the guys downstairs don't have a good vantage point of you, and you can pick up those painkillers there as well. But the guys downstairs can't really see all that well. Sometimes people will rush you up the stairs, and so you want to be aware of that. But if nobody looks like they're coming up, you can sort of come out here and peek out and shoot some guys. But you want to be aware of a couple of people. So there's two guys down there, and then the last person right now is down here to the left behind these columns, and so you don't want to let him surprise you. There he is, and you want to clean him up, and then you want to get back upstairs, because more guys, once you kill the last of the guys that are down there to begin with, some more will come out, and they will kill you really fast if you don't get out of the way. So I come back up here, I'm sort of hanging out. I think a couple of guys will come in and rush you up in here, and that gives you the opportunity to take them out, like this dude right here. And so the spot affords you a good bit of cover and the ability to take out guys if they sort of rush you like that. And yeah, when they come around that corner, it leaves you in really good spot to either blind fire them as they're coming through the door or melee them as they're coming through the door. So that worked out really well, and now I know there are a couple of dudes that are left. It doesn't look like they're going to come up to me, so I'm going to have to be forced to pop out and see if I can either lure them out or clear them up from a semi-safe position here. And so the rest of this fight is pretty much popping out, luring these guys to come around those stairs to you, because eventually they both do that. You might have to search a little bit for them in that room, but by staying up here on top, you have the height advantage, and you can kind of creep out and find the rest of the dudes. So this guy sort of surprised me, though, because he had gotten around to the stairs But luckily, I'm in a good spot, so I can just clean him right up. And now comes the final boss fight. So, right here, you want to go into bullet time and take out these two guys as quickly as possible. And you want to make sure that you're doing it in bullet time, and anytime you pop out of cover here, that you're going to be in bullet time. And when you're not in bullet time, you blind fire. Because the guy up there with the LMG is blind firing over that corner, and he is super, super accurate with his blind fire. So after you kill them, you want to shoot the ceiling up there, and then two guys will pop out, and you want to, again, go into bullet time and clear them up as quickly as possible, because those guys have LMGs as well, or at least I think they're LMGs. They may just be assault rifles, but in any case, they're really powerful and really accurate, and they like to flank to your left and right. So if they get around you and you have to come out of that cover, it's not going to be a good situation. So run over there. There is a painkiller right there. There is another painkiller in the office straight in front of me, through those glass doors, over to the right. But I didn't risk going to get it right now, just because I don't want to get hit by this guy. But a way that you can get that painkiller if you need it is to wait until he reloads and then run up. And once you get a little bit forward of the position that I'm in now, he can't hit you. So if you need that, get it, but I had kept a few stocked away, so I was in a good position here. And this is why you want to be really monitoring those painkillers throughout, because this guy can kill you really quickly. And you notice how I'm just blind firing a lot, and occasionally he will still tag me with some shots, but it doesn't hurt as much as if I was having to pop out of cover right here. And I've tried various spots in this room, but this was the best way that I found to do it, because when I tried to move around, the guys with the LMGs just tagged me too quickly. But once you knot that air conditioning unit down onto him, he will get out of his cover for a second, and you use that second to shoot him in the face. So that can be a tricky section, but you want to be just playing it smart, clearing up the guys that rush you at the beginning, and when he moves over to the left, kill them really fast, and use your bullet time when you are popping out of cover, and blind fire the rest of the way. So make sure that you have stocked up ammo and weapons for that moment. Ammo and painkillers for that fight, because it can be tricky and annoying. And here's hoping that you get through it as easily as that looked like it was for me. Because let me tell you, I did die a few times there. It was not that easy. So once I figured out that sort of strategy, though, it works pretty much every time. So there you have it, and that was the end of chapter 13, and I will see you in chapter 14 for the conclusion of this game. Thanks for watching. See you in chapter 14.